Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So today I'm using 3 powerful decks of cards. I'm using 2 decks of cards that we used yesterday in the Pick a Pal reading, the White Rose Guidance Divine Love Messages and Divine Essential Bridget Rose Divine Counterparts deck. This is the Counterpart Connections, and I'm using the With Love Oracle cards from Cat Cherry. So let's see what we need to know. A brand new week, we're in May, it's powerful, we've got an eclipse coming in and there's lots of change and lots of healing this month to raise the vibration and to move into this solid foundation. So thank you, angels. What do we need to know? Straight out the deck there. What's the energy, please, around the feminine and the energy around the masculine today? Look how powerful. Where's the card gone? Wow. And that's for the connection. So what's the energy, please, angels, around the connection today? What do we need to know? And these are also healing cards, you know, things that are being healed, things that are being addressed, things we may be thinking or feeling. What's the energy around the divine feminine? And they are giving me some fear today. So, you know, releasing fears, releasing that doubt, learning how to replace it with faith. That's the energy that we are in. And the energy around the masculine and what they are going through today, what do we need to know? Thank you, thank you. What energy is the feminine in today? Wow, okay, all for the feminine there. The energy for the divine masculine today, the energy for the masculine and the energy for the connection. And remember, as always, you know, I'm doing a DM to DF reading later on too, so you can check that out as well. So let's have a look at the connection today then. So first of all, look at this together again. Together again. Now, as I'm connecting with this card, they're giving me saliva in the mouth. Now, whenever I get this, whether I'm channeling a personal reading or a collective reading, when I get this, it's the feeling of hunger. That feeling when you're really hungry and you smell food and it makes you salivate. You know, they're giving me the sensation now. So, and it's hard to talk when it's like that. It's hard to focus sometimes when you're hungry for something and your masculine is hungry for you and you're hungry for them, divine feminine. So the universe is saying, I know you're hungry for this now, but trust the process because you will be together again. And it says you will reconcile with someone from your past. So you're going to reconcile with your twin. And this is the past life, past lifetimes. This is from the past because you are old souls. And this is from the past. So obviously the past returning. So the past is a second ago. So it doesn't matter how long you and your twin flame have been in separation or how long you've been apart or, you know, you haven't been receiving communication. The time is now. You will be together again. You're going to reconcile soon. And this is what the masculine's been saying constantly. I'm on my way. Let me back in. I'll be calling you soon. Leave the phone on. I'm on my way. I'm taking charge of our connection. And the message is you hurt me more than I'd like to admit. So the masculines can put a front on. You know, they wear this mask, they act like that. They just give me the word ass there and I don't swear that was a channeled message. They can act like an ass and, you know, like a donkey. They do crazy things and they hide behind this mask. So sometimes they can seem to be indifferent or cool or collected or cold. And you may think, do you care? And he's saying, you hurt me more than I'd like to admit. So, you know, we hurt our twins sometimes more than the masculines like to admit. And obviously, they've hurt you more than you like to admit because we sometimes feel like a fool on this journey. But it's mirrored. The masculines feel that way too. So we feel foolish because we think, how could we let them treat us this way? Nobody else gets away with that, so why do they? You know, you may think nobody else gets a second chance or a 10th chance or 100th chance. Why do they? And it's because you are one. So don't feel foolish. Everything you go through is teaching you and growing you and healing you and making you stronger. It says, you've changed something inside me. I don't know who I am anymore. And that's because you're changing. Now, this can be scary, especially for the masculines, because you've triggered their spiritual awakening. They can never go back to the person that they were. And he's saying, I don't know who I am anymore. So it's scary because he's thinking, well, I'm in this karmic relationship, or I'm doing this job, or I'm living this lie. It's not serving me. Who am I? You've changed something inside of me. And that, it makes me act crazy and vulnerable and a bit cool because I don't know what I'm doing. But no matter what, I know that we'll be together again. And they give me this like nauseous feeling again because the masculines need to get rid of the things that no longer serve their soul. And they're giving me fear. So, this is where the burpee energy comes up. This is where they may vomit things up because, it's like word vomit as well. Sometimes the masculines have word vomit. What does that mean? It means they can say things that come out wrong, that come out like poison or toxic. And it hurts you more than sometimes you care to admit. And he's saying, I don't know why I act that way. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm trying to find myself. So he's reminding you that that's why he runs sometimes or goes into silent times, because he's trying to work out who he is. But when he looks at you, Divine Feminine, he can see eternity in your eyes. And this is a collective message for the both of you. So you see eternity in him, and he or she sees eternity in you. Okay, so eternity is what you are. You are eternal beings. You are infinite. You are forever. You are one. You go on. There is no beginning and there is no end of your connection. Okay, there may be a birth and a death in this lifetime, but there's no ending or beginning because you are one and you go on and on and on. So you can see eternity in each other's eyes. And I love this because in the DM to DF reading last night, the masculine said, I just want to stare at you. I just want to look at you. And the big message coming through all of that day was, I want to look in your eyes. I want to look at you because in you, he sees himself, but he also sees eternity, forever, a commitment, a future, building something together, leaving a legacy of light. Would you be able to trust me again? So again, we're being reminded the masculines need to earn your trust, Divine Feminine. And he's thinking, would you be able to trust me again? Well, he knows that if he mans up and steps up and shows you he can trust you, then you will. And you're saying, well, show me. Prove to me that I can trust you again because you've hurt me more than I care to admit. I've had sleepless nights caught between confusion and pain. Now, this was happening on Friday. Or was it for Thursday, Friday, that energy that came in? They're giving me stuffy nose, blocked nose. Okay, so ascension. I've had sleepless nights with ascension, coughing, kind of spluttering, feeling dizzy, woozy, insomnia, tired, thinking about you, caught between confusion and pain. So you've both had sleepless nights. Maybe you had a sleepless night last night, or you feel today like, you're on something. And what do I mean by that? It means when the angels give you the power to get up and get motivated and go about your day. It's like, you can be on energetic adrenaline, and it may feel like you're on some form of drug. When you call on the angels, they give that to you. And sometimes the masculines feel that way when they're around you. They can act crazy because all of the senses are tingling and they feel like they're in overdrive connected with you. So sometimes they overstep the mark, especially when they're feeling lustful, and in that energy where they just want to tell you how they feel. So they could get a bit saucy with you, a bit spicy with you, and you may feel like, whoa, you're overstepping the mark. You're not free with a karmic partner. That's not on. And then they feel guilty. They run away and hide because they feel shame because that part of themselves, that primal part of themselves was expressed. And I do feel there is sexual energy around today. So tonight's DM to DF reading, I'm going to do a spicy one. Okay, because I am feeling spicy energy. So remember, if you feel like he's overstepping the mark, it's just because he has all that desire inside, and sometimes it runs out of control. So he's saying to you, entangled. There is a third party holding your person back. So he's saying to you, I'm tangled up in something. So for some of you, this will resonate with a karmic partner. You're thinking, well, he's with a karmic partner right now. He's married. He's living with someone. He's in a relationship. or he's trying to get out of something he's tangled into. The third party could be a child, a daughter, a son, kids. A third party could be a family member. It could be a controlling mother or father or sibling or, family member. It could be his job. Remember, read it like this. Don't think, oh my goodness, he's with someone because it's a third party. A third party can even be his ego. You, him, and his ego in the way. His fears in the way. That's the third party. Could be his job. He's tangled in his job. He's hitting deadlines. He's working hard. He's doing things. It could be his lifestyle. If he's a celebrity, he's got a lifestyle. That's the third party. So, George sometimes says to me, there's other people in our relationship, and that's because I spend a lot of time with you guys, So this is about realizing it's not just about a karmic partner. So he's saying, I need to heal and release myself from where I'm tangled up in. That's what's holding me back. So he doesn't want to hurt you or cause you pain or distress you in any way. So they're giving me stomach pain. And the stomach pain is connected with the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is our gut. Our gut instinct that tells us the truth. So you know what this third party situation is. And he's not going to be tangled up in that forever. And he's saying to you, I'm sorry I hold back my love for you. So he's saying I'm holding back my love because I want to be able to speak it out when I am free. And I'm not tangled up in red tape or baggage or pain. And I miss you more than you know. And they're giving me fear. He misses you. He feels fear when he connects with that energy. He misses you more than you know. He holds himself back. He's like a volcano about to explode, and he has all this passion and all this fire and all this desire within him that he needs to express. And I'm feeling that today. So feminine, quite a few cards for you. So you may be dealing with some heavy energy today. It says equal effort. You deserve reciprocity. I can never say that word. You deserve your efforts to be reciprocated. You deserve balance. You deserve a reciprocity of your effort in love. So in other words, what it's saying is you deserve to receive what you give. You deserve to receive this love in equal balance. And that's what the masculines know. So they are holding themselves back from you sometimes because they don't want you to just be constantly giving because they feel guilty. They need it to be where they give back. So this is about you taking a step back and them taking the step forward. Most of the time while the feminine is chasing, it's balanced. The scales are like that. They're not balanced out. So we find that it starts like this in the connection. And this will be for most of you. The connection starts like this, where you're both giving to each other. And then the masculines panic and run and stress. And the scales start tipping. So you're giving what you were giving. You haven't changed anything, divine feminine. You're giving the same amount. But the masculines start giving less. So the scales start going like that. So this is showing you that you aren't doing anything different. So you haven't done anything wrong. But the masculines stop giving as much. So the scales go like this. And then you're like, oh, I'm giving too much. What's going on? Why do I feel depleted and drained and tired? And the masculines start hitting rock bottom because they feel like they've got nothing to give and they're stressed and drained and they are panicking. So then the feminine starts giving back to herself. And the scales start going back down, it starts balancing itself back out. Okay? So when we start giving back to ourselves, we're not over-giving to our twin. And then the masculine's balance comes back and they start giving back. And when you're in union, it's going to be equal like this. And if it moves up a bit, it comes back down. Me and George are in union. It'll be our 3-year anniversary in union on the 10th of July. I get mixed up because my birthday on the 9th of July. And when I give to George, he gives back to me. So it's equal. There's no feeling of depletedness or tiredness or being drained. So this is what you need. And this is why your journey is in divine timing. Because you deserve this equal balance. You deserve this love. You deserve this power. And look, this is worth it. And it really is. Honestly, for me, on my journey, from start to end, is finding out about twin flames. And going through catalyst and everything was like a 15-year journey. But every single moment of pain and struggle and heartache and separation, it was all worth it to receive this equal love. So it's worth it. You'll look back and you'll think, why was I so mithered, stressed, worried? Why was I anxious? All along, the readings were right. The guidance was right. Sometimes we're not able to take it in because we're too involved in our own pain. But when we take a step back, we realise the journey is unfolding beautifully with blessings for all. It says your connection is worth the effort. So if you're watching this thinking, well, it's not worth it, it is. Of course it is. Otherwise, number one, you wouldn't be here. And number two, you wouldn't have been born into this body. And number three, you wouldn't have awoken to the fact that you're a twin flame. You wouldn't have even come into contact with your twin flame in the first place. God knows that you are strong enough to handle whatever you're going through. So it is worth it, and that's what the angels want you to know. Why? Because of the passion and the desire and the fire. And you set each other's hearts on fire, and that's what I'm feeling today. So if you're feeling all of this heat today and this energy, it's the fire. So we're going to connect later with the DM to DF reading with the spicy one. So feminine, I absolutely adore everything about you. So you're saying to your masculine, everything about you, I adore you. Everything about you turns me on. I want you. I adore you. I love you. And that's so true. I mean, this will make you laugh, but last night I said to George, I was just looking at him, and I said, I'm going to say something really strange to you. And he was like, what? I said, I'm really attracted to your armpits. And he was like, what? And he was kind of sick, because the thing is, when he's like that and I'm there, he's vulnerable because he's got his arm up so I could tickle him, and it's vulnerability. He's showing me with his arm like that, vulnerability. And the masculines itch for that. So if you have itchy armpits, they're itching to be vulnerable with you and expose themselves and, you know, be open. And he's very open when he's like that. And I was just kind of looking at his armpit hair, and it was, you know, turning me on. And I'm like, every part of you, I adore every part of you, even the bits that you think, you know, it's a bit strange, but we love all of them, you know. I want to look into your eyes and get lost in your soul. So I love again how we're having this parrot guidance from both twins, that both of you want to look into each other's eyes and stare into each other's soul and get lost in that love. I would just hurt you more right now. I need to be alone. So this is about you realising why this alone time comes in. You know, feminines, you're realising right now that when your masculine needs time or space or room, they're doing it to protect you, not to hurt you. And when the masculines need that space, we need it too. Why? Because it needs to be an equal balance. Am I good enough for you? So these are things the masculine goes through that you're realising that he's going through, but also they get mirrored back in you, because we have to heal this. Am I good enough? And you may be sitting there thinking, I know I'm good enough for my twin, but then we don't feel worthy in other ways. So we have to work on self-love and feeling empowered and understanding why things happen the way they do. And that's why I've created the playlist. So there's plenty of videos there that help you to understand and find everything you need to know and understand this journey, because the more you understand about the journey, the easier the journey becomes. You are my dream come true. I'm shocked at your existence. So, you know, and that's a shocking word, shocked. It means it, you know, electrifies our body. So we are shocked by this connection. You know, it creates shocks in our life. We go through tower moments, triggers, you know, upheaval, and we get shocked by it. We think we understand it, then something else happens and it blows everything out of the water. But it's so worth it. And I constantly feel you running through my veins. So you feel your masculine in you. You feel them within you, because they run in your veins and you run in their veins like blood. Because even though you are not blood, you know, and they say blood is thicker than water, but that's just a saying. You have this flame in you that runs through your veins, this passion. So it's really like you are blood. Blood is thicker than water. You are twins. You are one. You know, two separate bodies, but you are one and you come together. So you're feeling all of this passion, fire. Maybe you're having pins and needles today, or you're having shooting pains in your veins, or you're feeling things moving around your body because you're connecting with the power of this love. So I'm going to do a spicy DM to DF reading to connect with all this passion and all this power. But the message coming through is it's worth waiting for because it will be an equal balance. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.